Hello friends and welcome to the Flux studio. In this video we are going to show you how to use dimensions and how to edit it. If you want to make your own dimension style, if you want to make a new set of dimensions, you can do one thing, you can type D enter, and by this way you are having these options, or you will be having this standard and ISO format for dimensions, and you can modify it or you can create a new dimension from it. So I'm going to create a new dimension to show you how to create a dimension. Now my dimension name will be, and by this way you can set your dimension lines, you can set your extension lines, and you can set extension beyond dimension lines. So what is my dimension line? My dimension line is this. You can see this line, and what will be its line type? You can have dash lines also, you can have center line also, you can have different line weights, and you can have extension beyond the text. So here it is 0. You can see that there is no extension beyond the text or beyond this oblique mark, but I will show you. You can see the changes. Now this is about the extension lines. These are the extension lines at the sides of it. So we can give line type also, we can give line weight also, and from here extension beyond dimensions line, we can give the extension beyond dimension lines, the size of extension beyond dimension line, and we can also give the offset from the origin. This is the offset from the origin. You can see here, this is the offset from the origin, and this offset is very less. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a fixed length extension line, and this is the fixed length extension line, and the length will be 3. So by this way you will be having the fixed length dimension line. If you don't want it, you can untick it and you can set the offset from the origin. Now you can set your symbols and arrows. If I don't want oblique line, I can have dot here, and I can set the size of it like 0.1. I can have this leader as dot or fillet or anything else. Now you will be having these center marks, and if I don't want it, I will remove it. I can also give the dimension break. So here is dimension break of 0.125. I will give it as 0.2. Now this is arc length symbol. What do you want in it? You can have your own settings for it. This is for text. What will be your text appearance? So here the text appearance is Arial. What will be your text color? You can change the text color by here. So I'm going to give magenta. You can have fill colors, you can have text height. So I'm going to reduce the text height by 0.1. Now you can also draw frame around the text. By this way you can draw frame around the text, but it is not a good idea. Now what will be your text placement? You can set it from here. Now what will be your text alignment? You can set it from here, like it is the horizontal text alignment. If I am aligning with dimension line, I will be having this kind of dimensions here. Now fitting options. So here is written, if there isn't enough room to place both text and arrows inside extension lines, the first thing to move outside the text extension line is, this is the best option, either text or arrows best fit. Okay, if you don't want this option, you can have your arrows, like here you can see the changes. Your arrows are in between either text, either both arrows and text, either always keep text between extension lines. So I'm going to give this option as it is the best option for this. After that, it is the text placement. When text is not in the default position, place it beside the dimension line, over the dimension line. So I'm going to set it as over the dimension line with leader. Now you can set primary units by here. This will be your unit format. As I am working in decimal unit format, my precision will be 0.00, and this is the decimal separator. You can use also comma and space. This is the round off. If you are working on exact units, you don't have to use these round off. This is the prefix. If I want to give prefix like meters, feet, I can give it, or if I want suffix, I can give it also. Now this is the scale factor. This scale factor is going to be used for alternative unit. I will tell you how. Now this is the unit format, decimal degrees, precision is this for angular dimensions. Now how to set the alternative units? Friends, if you are working on meters, and here if you are working on meters, and if you want a unit in mm also or in feet also, you can have this option as ticked, and unit format will be the same, decimal, or you can use also architectural. Precision will be this, and multiplier for all the units. If I am working on mm, my multiplier will be 1000, and I can add prefix or suffix like mm. Now this is the tolerance. If you want any kind of tolerance, this is the tolerance method. You can use symmetrical deviations, limits and basics. So you can format or you can edit your dimensions by here. Now I am going to set as current dimension. I will tell you some important commands like DLI enter, DAL enter and DCO enter. DLI enter is for linear dimensioning, DAL enter is for aligned dimensioning, and DCO is for dimension continuous. So how to give linear dimension? By DLI enter, I can give a linear dimension. Here you can see that there are 2 units, and you can give this dimension in continuity by DCO enter. By this way you can give your dimensions in continuous way, and you can set it like, if you want it here, you can set it like here. And if you want to increase or decrease the size of dimension, if you want to change its location, you can see that dimensions are also changing. So you can also change your dimension from here. Now how to give aligned dimension? Like this wall is angular, and if I will try to give a linear dimension, this will not work. This will only take a vertical, exact vertical or exact horizontal dimension, but we want a dimension with align property. So the command is DAL enter, and you can have your aligned dimension here. You can have your more dimensions from this dimension menu. Let me show you this line. So we are having 96 degrees between these lines, and you are also having arc length. So you will be having this arc length. You are having multi-leader, you are having center mark, so you can change your center mark, multi-leader. From here you can have your dimension style, like I have told you earlier. With D enter you can change your dimension style. So by this way you can edit your dimension and you can give dimensions to your drawing. So friends, at the end I want to show you that in 2D drafting and annotation mode, you will be having your dimension options at the home tab, and you can have your linear, aligned, angular, arc length, radius, diameter, ordinate and jog dimensions from here. You can also have your multi-line text from here. You can have your multi-leader, add leader, remove leader commands from here. So you can edit your dimensions or you can give dimensions by this home tab. Friends, you are also having this annotate menu. From this annotate menu you can change your dimension style, like you can use linear, aligned, angular, arc length, radius, diameter, jogged or ordinate, and you can also modify your dimension style. You can also have more dimension options from here. So friends, that's all for this video. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.